Will you support this live stream experience? Wow, it's that favorite moment where I turn a live stream on. Hello, dear community. I am streaming this video inside a Facebook portal, and I'm gonna take this recording and put it into my YouTube. So, my YouTube subscribers who are watching my Facebook replays, thanks for being part of my community. And, I have attempted to record videos without a live stream option. And I always just end up with the same feeling of frustration that it doesn't come through as naturally and as powerfully as a live stream option for me. So I go with the path of ease and I do what is most effortless and most natural to me. So for me, I get to have that live interaction for the channel to open and something valuable and relevant and inspiring to come through. So I wanted to greet everyone. I don't even remember how I called this. How did I call this live stream? Something about living guided by the mind of the universe. I have one powerful book that I wanted to share with you that can absolutely change how you see reality. And it's an incredible gem of the book. I also have a little graph that I want to share with you. And if you and I meet for the very first time, welcome. I love doing these mystical talks, connecting people to the true essence of their being and helping them create masterfully from the inside out with alignment with the natural laws. So, my name is Katerina. I mentor, teach, speak, and create beautiful transformative events in this country and other countries. So, I have been hosting these live transmissions for quite some time. And I keep returning to my deepest love, which is all about connecting to a larger reality and by living by listening to the mind of the universe, to the voice of spirit, and receiving instructions every single day. Just imagine a reality that you don't need to figure out the plan for your life. Your higher self and the mind of the universe already has that beautiful trajectory for your soul highest evolution. Okay, you know what I forgot to ask you if you can hear me because I'm using a different microphone. So wait a moment. I am going to check to make sure that the sound is actually happening. It is happening. Okay. So I have upgraded my filming situation. I have a different microphone that should be giving me a better sound. So I feel like why this conversation is so important to give a voice, dedicate the time. Because when we live guided by the mind of the universe, we can let go of that burden, the burden of trying to figure out our life, trying to trying to predict our life. This is a very futile experience. Life has its own mystery. Life has its own wisdom and direction. And when I say life, to me it's the same term for spirit, the universe, the mind of the universe. So truly our task, as I see it, our task while we incarnated is to reconnect to the mind of the cosmos and to begin to receive instructions every single day. Instructions for what, you may ask? Well, how we can be of greater service in the most transformative life that we exist right now, right? How can we unlock our true gifts and our talents? How can we live some old habits behind? How can we express our true potential? Imagine that the mind of the universe wants to give you that instructions every single day. Imagine that the mind of the universe wants to converse with you every single day. And every single one of us can open a pathway of communication with the universe. It's not just for some special group of people who have these special abilities. Every single one of us can open these gateways and these channels. And it's all has always been in the body. I have had an experience of hearing a voice since childhood. And you know, as a child, you often assume that your experience, everybody else has your experience. Maybe as a child, you saw fairies. Maybe as a child, you had invisible friends and angels, right? Let me know in the comments who is brave, who can tell me who as a child has seen fairies or angels or dragons or any other unique experiences that you were able to see or to sense. Well, for me, it was always a voice. I had had an experience as childhood of hearing a distinct voice of guidance. It wasn't just a thought in my mind. It was a very clear and loving and steady voice. I did not have the language as a child to describe that voice as the mind of the universe speaking to me and giving me kind of a preview of where life will take me and comforting me in the times of great distress when I was alone and frightened, right? So, this topic has become fascinating to me lately when I realized I get to encourage more people to open up this pathway and to speak to the mind of the cosmos every single day. And why is it important right now? You can also call it, speak to the earth, speak to Divine Mother, speak to your higher self, speak to your inner teacher. Because then, when you reestablish this highway, this pathway of psychic, spiritual communication, you begin to live so intimately guided by that inner teacher. You begin to open up your natural telepathic abilities. Just imagine living in knowing, in embodiment, that when you have an intention, when you speak or pray your intention, it is instantly heard in entire cosmos. That's what true telepathy is. Then synchronicity makes sense to you because synchronicity is you being at the right place at the right time, meeting the right person. Everybody is a messenger. Everybody has a lesson, a gift, an opportunity for you. Then you begin to engage with your reality from the place of magic and wonder and curiosity and sense of awe. And you become more and more joyful and less fearful. You see? I often have this message of joy, right? Because I truly see this life as a great adventure. We come to this plane of reality, physical plane of reality, such a unique experience where we can experience both our physicality and our spirituality together converging. Why we keep coming back for the joy of the sensual, delightful experience filled with mystery, unknown surprises, opportunities, even obstacles are thrown in the mix, right? To make this whole show more exciting. But we keep returning because it's an exciting journey for us. So, when we reconnect to the mind of the universe, we begin to live with this guidance and the precision of the guidance that says, hey, I need you here, or I need you over there, or right now don't do anything, simply rest in my grace, says universe. Now I don't want you to do anything, I just want you to practice receiving. I want you to practice listening. I remember when I was in deep curriculum of practicing this way of being, the mind of the universe told me through a voice that I hear, and it says, so if you want to serve the universe, you get to learn how to trust spaciousness. How can you be useful in the moment to the universe when your mind fills your calendar to the brim from Monday to Friday, all these meetings, all these podcasts, all these important things that you gotta do and gotta be to progress your life forward? So, with the first lesson, when I start living in listening and in guidance, actually create space for magic. Let go of the planning your life so much, right? Create some space for magic, create some space for synchronicity, create some space to be surprised. See what happens. I remember I was participating in one of the shamanic journeys with one of my favorite teachers, ayahuasca. I love traveling in altered state of consciousness to receive the deepest alignment, right? And they showed me, my guides showed me like a snapshot of my daily reality, but imagine at a very, very slow rate. And I was able to see all the kind of like a part of the mosaic of my life connecting, and everything is interdependent on everything else. And the message was, if you go too fast, you will miss all the signs. But if you actually slow down, you begin to notice so many guiding signs that show you which step to take next, or which step not to take, or simply be and rest in divine grace. So, the mind of the universe, living and being guided by it. Why the mind of the universe? Well, I've been a passionate student of Hermetic Philosophy, which is, the really profound teachings of how to unfold the true potential of our mind. Because between our physical self and our spiritual self, we have a bridge. And that bridge needs to be developed. And the bridge is intellectual self, or the mind. It's only the mind that gives us opportunity to travel to many different dimensions. The mind is a gift, but so many of us have never received an instructional manual of how to use it, have never received the training of how to actually work with this powerful instrument. But the mind is a bridge. So our personal mind, right, is an antenna that we can use to attune to the mind of the universe. But beside the mind of the universe, we also have the heart of the universe, right? So imagine when we study Hermetic philosophy, which influenced all Greek philosophy, right? All the legendary Greek philosophers, they attribute their discoveries and their wisdom to Hermetic philosophy. And Hermetic philosophy says all is mind, the principle of mentalism. Universe is mental. And he who grasps the secret of the mental universe is about to unlock the true power, right? The true energetic power, the soul power. So the universe is mental. We exist in the mind of the cosmos. And I remember reading that part first time in the Kybalion. I recommend everyone to read the magnificent writing of the Kybalion, who was written by three initiates. It's the gift to humanity, that book. And when you read it, you will find this verse that we all are thoughts and mind of the all. The Hermetic philosophy don't refer to the cosmos as God. They call it the all that exists, all that is exist, right? So I remember reading that I am a thought in the mind of the universe. I am a thought in the mind of the cosmos. The cosmos is thinking me into existence. I love contemplating this. We often think of the universe. We often think of our higher self. We often think about our soul. But what if it's the other way around? Your higher self is thinking about you. The universe is thinking about you. The mind of the cosmos is thinking about you. Wow, you are that valuable, and your existence on the planet is that significant. So, of course, it would be natural to desire this direct guidance from the mind of the universe. Hi, Gracie. My companion is here with me. So, why, why so many people are disconnected from the inner guidance? So many people are not feeling connected to their purpose. What is the challenge? The challenge is that our circuitry, our energetic pathways are disconnected. And I'm going to get to the topic of the 5D eventually in this video, but I wanted to show you a visual. I have these beautiful cards that I have here to demonstrate what I'm about to share with you. I wanted to share with you how we look, how you and I look on energetic level. And once you see, you cannot unsee. Maybe you've seen this graph before. Every time I see it, I get inspired by what is possible while being informed. So this is an image of our energy body when all our power centers are turned on. You see these chakra systems, right? You see the chakra centers? Well, every chakra connects to a different dimension. 7 chakras, 7 dimensions. We are designed to be multidimensional humans. Our circuitry have been disconnected through interference. That's a completely different topic, a different live stream. One day I'll share with you. Or you can just deep dive in the rabbit hole and discover for yourself. But however our circuitry was disconnected and our DNA has been interfered with, it's opportunity for us to reconnect our circuitry so we operate on our full potential of our power centers and also our aura, that this energy halo that you see, that's our aura. And you see how this being is connected to the web of life, connected to all this energy that is surround, connected to the mind of the universe. So our primarily task every single day is to connect, right? To connect to that great intelligence and to begin to hear or to begin to see or to begin to feel. We have these amazing extrasensory organs, our ability to perceive beyond the physical, but they are not active. They get to be activated. Some people say, well, you just have that gift. You hear the voice of the spirit, you hear the voice of the mind. And yes, maybe it is a natural gift, but it still takes discipline and consistency to refine that gift. So you're able to receive information directly from the mind of the universe. How amazing is this? I promised you a book for those of you who've been with me in the beginning of this live stream, or who's going to jump in right now. I want to offer you a book that will absolutely shift how you see the intent and immense love of the mind of the cosmos. Like, who is the director and the architect of this experience? that has so much contrast and so much mystery and so much magic that you can't do anything but fully surrender and trust that. Allow me to introduce to you Christopher Bash, PhD, and his book, LSD and the Mind of the Universe, and the foreword by one of my favorite American philosopher of science, Ervin Laszlo. Ervin Laszlo is an elder right now. He's in his 90s. He's one of the luminaries of our time. I highly recommend to get familiar with his work. What is the true nature of reality? So, why is this book? Even if you never tried LSD and you don't care about what LSD can open you up to, this is an experience of somebody who decides to dedicate 20 years of his life to dive into deep communion with cosmic consciousness. And and he is doing this because it's a part of his soul calling. Every single one of us has a unique assignment. Some people will dedicate 20 years in deep dive exploration of divine consciousness. So he's a professor and a philosopher of religion and a professor and a PhD. And what he did, he followed the protocols established by Stanislav Grof, a very famous one. He took very high dose LSD sessions for 20 years. And what he did, he took a courageous trips to collective unconscious to really understand kind of the history of humanity and other civilizations and what is happening and where are we going. If you read this book, I promise you, you will not look at reality the same way. Because he talks about, I'll just share with you, in his 73 sessions, he reveals the spiral of death and rebirth that took him through the collective unconscious into the creative intelligence of the universe, making a powerful case for the value of psychedelically induced spiritual experience. The author shares his immersion in the fierce love and creative intent, fierce love and creative intent of the unified field of consciousness that underlines all physical existence. He describes the incalculable value of embracing the pain and suffering he encountered in his sessions and the challenges he faced integrating his experiences into his everyday life. His journey documents a shift from individual consciousness to the collective consciousness, from archetypal reality to divine oneness, and the diamond luminosity that lies outside of cyclic existence. I highly recommend this book. I couldn't put it down when I got my hands on it. I listened to the interview of Christopher Bash on YouTube, how he was describing that, and it was so profound because this is not an easy contribution to make to society, right? Because a lot of his journeys were incredibly painful, filled with intense suffering. And some of his visions were absolutely terrifying, but he was willing to dive in. It's a very shamanic way to do it. A true shaman is willing to die, to go to the other side of existence, and to come back, right, as a new person to serve the world. This is really powerful, the mind of the universe. And then finally, I wanted to address a little bit about the 5D. I just did a very brief live stream last week on the 5D consciousness, and it just went, and I posted that video on my YouTube, and it just goes viral, and people are like, we want to talk about the 5D. From my perspective, my dear friends, 5D shift already has happened. It's already here. It's here. We don't need to wait for it. We don't need to get there. It's here. All we get to do is to align to it and to resonate to it and to embody it in our lives, right? So the all dimensions are happening simultaneously. In this holographic universe, all dimensions are happening simultaneously. Time is a construct that we use just to help us navigate the physical dimension. Time is very useful. Time is the fourth dimensional experience. So, time is useful for us while we are in this game of mortality. When we exit time, when we enter the fifth dimensional experience. A 5D is a state of consciousness, and a state of consciousness that you can attune to like a radio station, right? So we have a 3D radio station, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, right? And on and on and on. And you can attune to a radio station of a different dimension by using your mind. Remember, between the physical and the spiritual, you have the mental. The mental plane is the bridge through which you can access all dimensions. So when people get excited about this conversation with fifth dimensional shift, especially when they discover that they resonate with being a starseed or being a light worker, and they are waiting for the new earth. And I am here to offer a perspective. It's already here. It already happened. Now, the opportunity is to become a living vessel for that consciousness. Right? All these galactic codes, all these new light codes and upgrades, they will continue to come from the central sun towards us to continue to elevate the consciousness of humanity. But the task of every single one of us, task one, connect to the mind of the universe every single day. Task two, tend to your vibration, right? The only way we switch to a different dimension is through raising our vibration. And there's many ways to do it, but one of the most direct ones is radical self-love. Like learning to accept and love yourself is how you raise your vibration. Learning to let go of judgment, comparison, and competing is how we raise our vibration. Learning to let go of fear is how we're raising our vibration. So by raising our vibration, we access a new state of being. It's called fifth dimensional consciousness. Unity, non-duality, right? Where we're telepathic, we communicate with the universe, we are guided by the universe, we're instructed by the universe, where we are most useful moment by moment. 5D state of consciousness is based entirely on synchronicity. And how do you increase synchronicity in your life? By doing what brings you deepest joy. That's why a lot of people, when they go through spiritual awakening, they have this deep desire to become more authentic and to leave parts of their lives that don't make sense anymore. People leave old relationships, people leave old jobs, people leave old professions. It's a totally normal process, right? Shedding the mask, shedding the armor, and finding like, who am I when I am authentic human being? 5D consciousness can only be accessed in one place. And it's right in your body. Right in your body. It's a place, it's your heart, right? The heart, not as a physical organ and not as an emotional place, but your spiritual heart, your heart chakra. And that place needs to be awakened. If you are finding yourself, in inquiry, how do I live more from my heart? How do I make that immensely long journey from living in my head to operating from the heart vibration? What are you actually yearning for? Is how to live as a fifth dimensional, multidimensional being. So, what a powerful question to ask. Because the more you open your heart, the more you activate that center, the more you begin to feel the cosmic heart, the heart of the universe, the more you begin to feel, a joy and peace and divine connection with all that exists, the more universe takes this most magical reality. Okay, it's 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna time to wrap it up, beloveds. I have no idea who is here with me, but good to feel you. Good to feel you. Good to feel you. I feel I was at a TEDx yesterday. I want to tell you a little bit about the TEDx. So I live in California. I am very grateful every single day to live in this magical land that just alive with spirit in innovation and progressive thinking. And just in the neighbor town where I used to live in Laguna Beach, they put together a TEDx. And a TEDx is basically a speaker conference where speakers from different walks of life bring ideas that change everything. And it was so exciting to see all these people, each one on fire with their purpose. And out of 14 speakers that we had, or 10 speakers, I don't recall exactly, so don't quote me on this, but it was at least 10. There was not two speakers who were serving the same purpose. Each one had a unique assignment. One was restoring the dying reef. One was championing experiential mentorship. Another one was restoring the native Indian culture. But every single one had a unique purpose and a unique message and a unique connection with the mind of the cosmos. And it was so exciting to see that, because to see people being lit up with the passion and being on their path and contributing to the universe in their own unique way. This is what 5D living is, where we live and express and embody our unique connection to the mind of the universe, our unique purpose, our unique creative genius, our unique assignment. Lately, so I've been just feeling that in the field that so many people are seeking, how do I connect to my purpose? What is my vision? What is my assignment? And I wish I could tell them, I'm just going to do my magic trick. Here it is for you. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. What it takes is first coming into coherence. First, becoming balanced again. That's the first stage. That's why so many people get impatient on this path of purpose. They're like, I want to know what my purpose is, and you're telling me create a very strong morning practice. I want to know what my purpose is, and you're telling me speak to the universe every single day and ask for directions, right? So the very first thing of actually living guided by the universe, is learning to become still. We live in an overstimulated culture, overstressed, overstimulated culture. It feels like a heroic act to slow down and to hear your soul. Where everybody around you is running, chasing, clinging, achieving. right? It's a heroic act to slow down and actually listen to your soul, listen to the mind of the all. It takes so much patience to wait when you don't hear anything and to trust that one day your spiritual ear will open, or one day you will hear. So you keep coming back to your meditation cushion or your spot next to the tree where you feel the grass with your bare feet. You just keep showing up, right? With all your patience. You keep showing up because you really want to hear the voice of the universe. You want to live guided. So, one of my inspiring teachers, Ervin Laszlo, he's 90 plus years old, an incredible luminary who made a huge impact and a huge contribution to humanity. I recommend his book, What is the Nature of Reality? He just released. He talks about that our purpose, our true purpose, has two parts in it. You want to know what that is? Okay, I'll tell you briefly. First part, he called it your immediate daily purpose. Immediate daily purpose. Your number one task, become coherent. Basically, become attuned, become balanced again. Because when we're out of balance, we not only create all kind of problems in our own life, we create disturbance in the field. So the first task is to become balanced. The first task is to learn to breathe, to learn to still the mind, to learn to move the body, to drop the foods that are killing us, to stop watching the damn TV, stop having toxic relationships, right? List goes on and on. But why? What's the purpose behind all that purification and all that clearing and decluttering of our life? So we can become a balanced, calm, and coherent being. To activate this, right? To activate this, to activate our psychic organs, our perceptions, our antenna. Because when we activate this, the second part of our purpose opens. And you know what he calls the second part of our purpose? To become one with the mind of the cosmos. Course in Miracles would tell you, you become one with the will of the divine. Ervin Laszlo would tell you, you become one with the mind of the cosmos. The same thing. Where your personal identity, your personal self just moves aside and you say, soul, take the lead. I am one with the divine will. I am one with the mind of the all. Right? So that's why the more you awaken, the more you awaken to who you are as oneness embodied, the less you're interested in a certain plan for your personal movie. The more you become at ease with not knowing and dancing with life in the synchronistic, beautiful expression. Okay. Crazy. So this child of mine always wants to be a part of transmissions every time. There's a scratching going on. There's a desire to go outside on the front deck. She tells me a sign to wrap it up. She's like, Mom, wrap it up. It's been 40 minutes you've been talking. So, my dear ones, I showed you the book, right? LSD and the Mind of the Universe. Even if you don't have any desire to go on LSD journeys, please understand this is not a recommendation for you to go on an LSD journey. Simply a masterpiece to read what happens when you dive into the mind of the universe. It's amazing. And Living Guided, I recommend the works of Ervin Laszlo, an elder. I love highlighting elders. And the 5D dimensional shift has already taken place. And you and I have an incredible opportunity to embody that consciousness. My guides told me last year, very direct way, they said, we're giving you a code. And what a code is, right? Code is like a packet of multidimensional information that you begin to absorb on all levels of your being, practice so it becomes a part of who you are. So they gave me a code which was 2 words: embodied oneness. And I remember I wrote it on a big piece of paper where I could see it. And I said, okay, here's your opportunity to live it. Here's your opportunity to see there is no separation. Here's your opportunity to know that you are in telepathic communication with the universe. And that means every intention you get clear on aligning to is instantly heard in the universe. And that means all resources are always available to you. And that means every single person who walks into your life and feels familiar is the part of your soul team and your soul assignment. That means there is no random experiences, that synchronicity is the only explanation, right? That makes sense. And you get to follow the path of your highest joy. Welcome to a fifth dimensional station that you can attune to through intention. And then emanate that vibration while you are in the third dimension. How amazing, how profoundly amazing it is. Thank you, dear friends, for connecting with me. This was a weekly broadcast. I hope something that I've shared nourished your soul and your heart, and that you are more inspired to be guided by the mind of the universe. And I would simply leave you with this. One of the reasons why I'm such a big champion of a morning practice and an evening practice is because I love the liberating joy of living in guidance by the mind of the cosmos. So the more you stay connected, imagine never breaking the connection. Imagine that it's possible to always live connected. Every single moment of your life, you choose to stay connected to spirit. Then you become an instrument. Then you become a vessel for this higher consciousness to express through you and as you. And that is an exciting time. And it's here. It's already here. So here's to us embodying our soul potential and being guided by it.